Phase 2 of the Immutable migration is happening as we speak. Some of you may be wondering, what does this mean for Veve and Ecomi? Do I need to panic or actually do anything right now? What is this going to mean for the future, and how is the market going to change as this Immutable migration comes into play? Well, that's exactly what we're going to be talking about today. Welcome in everyone, my name is Andy and I appreciate you taking some time out of your day to come and watch this video on the channel. Just before we get started, if you do enjoy this content and you want to learn about the crypto, NFT and finance space as I learn more myself, then I'd love for you to be a part by subscribing. Right, phase 2 of the Immutable migration is happening on Veve right now, and I'm really excited for all this to come into fruition, for it to be complete and us to move forward with this. But there's probably a lot of you who have no idea what's going on with it and if you actually need to do anything right now. And that's what we're going to get into. Let's have a look at Ecomi's tweet themselves. We'll have a read through it and try to understand it a little bit further for what we need to know. Exciting news, phase 2 of the Immutable migration continues today, which is December the 14th. During phase 2, we are reminting all of the Veve official NFTs on Ethereum Layer 2 via Immutable. Migration is expected to take 3 to 10 hours and we'll keep you updated on its completion. During the reminting, collectible transfers will be disabled. The market will also be offline until it's complete. Question, can I transfer the collectibles or use the market during the migration? While the reminting takes place, this is not an option. The ownership records of your NFT cannot be updated. For this reason, the app features around ownership transfer will be disabled until phase 2 is complete. Question, what about auctions and market listings? All listings and auctions will be paused until it's complete. Question, what about my Omi tokens? If you're a holder of Omi tokens, there's nothing you need to do at this time. The migration of Omi to Ethereum, which is in phase 3, is expected to open after the holidays. We'll keep you updated with instructions over the coming weeks. Morning, please be wary of any scammers offering to swap your tokens for you. The Omi token swap is not open at this time, and please always use official links only. That is the update that we've got so far on the phase 2 migration. Now, for those of you who don't know what the phase 2 migration is, Ecomi's talked about this for quite a while now. And what this is allowing us to do is to move the NFTs on Veve themselves that are right now on the Go chain, which is the chain we've been on since Ecomi has started. Go chain was the original sort of go-to chain that people used when NFTs weren't that sought after or talked about. But since the Ethereum Layer 1 came into play and people started using that more, it was found that sort of that's the best place for NFTs to be kept and established as a true NFT. So there have been some people who have been saying that, you know, NFTs in the Go chain aren't really NFTs and all that sort of stuff, don't have the same security that Ethereum do. So now with phase 2 migration onto Immutable, we're actually moving onto the Ethereum chain through layer 2, which is using Immutable X's own migration system. For some of you who are maybe curious then, if everything's on layer 1 and we're on layer 2 of Ethereum, is that a bad thing? Ethereum themselves are actually planning to move to layer 2 in the future, which will help the environmental impact of NFTs layer 1 has been causing when it comes to gas fees and also transactions that have been going on. Veve themselves are a carbon neutral platform. It doesn't mean they're completely carbon free, but with layer 2 on the platform that Immutable are building and some of the other layer 2 platforms and what Ethereum will be moving into, it will massively help the environment when it comes to the transactions, sales, purchases and all that sort of stuff on this platform. This allows Veve to continue their carbon neutral aims for their company, show why NFTs can actually be beneficial to digital collectors rather than something people are terrified of because of the environmental impact. This also means that being on the Ethereum chain, people can no longer say that, you know, these NFTs on the Go chain are not really NFTs because they're not on the Ethereum chain. There's no more complaints that people can make in that area because we're now moving to the Ethereum blockchain. Another thing we discussed yesterday in the video, people were very scared that the date of mint was going to be changed and therefore some things like Spider-Man's FA would no longer be the first appearance of the digital NFT because AMC have done their own. However, Veve have already confirmed that whilst reminting, they are going to have the old metadata to say when this was actually first minted, meaning all the FAs that are on Veve right now are still continuing to be first appearances of their digital form in the world. Right now the market is closed, so we're not going to have any update on what's happening in the market right now, or we can't really look at market analysis. And they've also said, and I want to make sure that this is going out to all of you, please don't click any links for Omi tokens or transferring your collectibles or anything like that. You personally don't need to do anything right now. It's all with the team, it's all with the company. Don't click any links, don't follow any links unless it's from the official pages, and make sure they're from the official pages if you get links through. Team are never going to send you a DM asking you to click this link. Just go through the right channels, don't get scammed here. This, and no doubt, makes the NFTs NFTs. Some people had those complaints and those worries that they weren't because they were on the Go chain. And there's nothing actually wrong with being on the Go chain, it's just going to allow us to move forward to the place that we want to go. Companies probably still can be on the Go chain if they like, but it doesn't offer the growth aspects that the Ethereum chain can. And this is where everyone sort of knows NFTs for right now, and being on that blockchain and being able to see the purchases, sales and transactions on this Ethereum chain is going to help massively solidify Veve as one of the big players in this space. Again, I personally don't know all the ins and outs when it comes to the migration itself, every little detail behind it, but I'm trying to give you my own understanding to at least help you get some form of knowledge when it comes to what this is. If we also have a look at the Medium article that Ecomi released when we had done this, we can see that in phase 2 the NFT minting will be reminting all existing assets, collectibles and comics on the layer 2 of the Ethereum and transfer them to the wallet addresses associated with each Veve account. This is why you don't need to do anything right now. There's nothing you need to do. They'll do all this for you. This phase will also include heavy testing of all purchasing and transfer functions to ensure that the minting of the new NFTs or all necessary purchase sales transactions are taking place successfully. From a user perspective, there's no input needed during this phase. This is something that we're going to talk about and move on to. What about the market? What should I be planning on doing, or have I missed the boat with what's going on? Well, there's a lot of people talking about the market actually exploding when we have all of these reminted on the Ethereum chain. This is because now a lot of crypto users are going to see that these NFTs are true NFTs, and from being from the biggest brands in the world could potentially be something that are extremely sought after. So there's a lot of people been buying up right before this market closed to see if the market does explode upwards when the market opens again. Add on to this, yesterday was actually the first day where a lot of the listings were removed because it was after the 30 days of them being up, meaning a lot of the supply was completely wiped away of all of the collectibles because they had been up for 30 days or longer. Something that Veve have now done to help with their systems and allow them to run smoother and clear out some of the data that doesn't really need to be there anymore. This could also allow us to expect that prices will rise because of this, as people will see that the supply is going heavily down, and if they've been watching it and don't actually know about this 30 days, then FOMO into the collectibles, which will lead others to do the same. But what about me personally? What do I think will happen? Well, as of right now, we have 12 days of Veve going on, meaning we've already been confirmed that new brands and new FAs are going to be coming into the mix. If we get something that's really, really good, potentially we could see a massive dip in the market, which we've talked about plenty of times before. And also we could see an explosion in the market if there's a lot of new people wanting to come in here and seeing that these NFTs are something they need to be paying attention to. There's been a lot of talk on Twitter and YouTube about the prices that are going to surge up. And this is from the independent artists alone. Things like Frank Kozik, Jermaine Rogers, Tristan Eaton, because they're going to be the first ones that will allow their art to go off of Veve and onto the things like Immutable themselves once we're on that platform and you can buy and sell on that platform. But for me personally, this is going to take some time. They've said in the Ecomi article that the phase will also include heavy testing of all purchasing and transfer functions to ensure that the minting of new NFTs and all necessary purchase and sale transactions are taking place successfully. Now, it's not to cause any FUD, but Immutable have had some issues with some of their migrations and as well as getting new things on their platform. So to me, that means that some of the artists, although are okay with having their things being on the Immutable platform, are not going to be something that will be allowed right away, and will have to deal with some testing to make sure it can be successful when they do this and when they release it. It means the MTL is still coming at the end of this month. That means that they're going to have to be testing within the 12 days and all throughout before we're actually releasing that. And I see maybe something like Q1 of seeing some of the artists being released on Immutable after heavy testing has actually went on. We've already seen some hiccups along the way when it comes to the migration itself, and it wouldn't surprise me if there were again some hiccups along the way with making sure that this does go successful. So yes, you could probably buy up a lot of the things right now at a decent price, and maybe it does skyrocket when the market opens back up again, but we're really going to have to see how well this migration goes and how successful the testing is from the get-go. Immutable have already tweeted that a lot of their staff are going to be taking some time off during Christmas, and I think are going to be coming back on around the 4th or the 6th of January. So again, there's going to be a lot of people who won't be able to help them in that area. Maybe there's a specific team that are going to stay all through Christmas, but I would expect everyone to take some time off for Christmas for their family, their friends, and just to relax and breathe a little bit before getting back onto it in January. So to me, I'm not going to be seeing some of these artists going on instantly. I think it's going to take some time, and then once everyone's back, maybe we're looking at the end of January when we actually see that announcement being made. I could be totally wrong here, but that's just how I see it playing out, with the team taking a lot of time away from Immutable, maybe some of the Veve team taking some time for their friends and family as well, which I think is really important to do, and also so many other things that are going on within the company right now. It just doesn't seem viable that it's going going to happen right away. But what's your thoughts on the phase 2 migration? Are you excited for everything that's going on? Are you going to be buying up everything you can when the market opens? Or are you going to hold off a little bit to see what other things the 12 days of Veve hold? Another video on the screen now will be something you'll love to watch. Have a fantastic day.